All right. Looks like we are live and in Memorex.
Yeah, I'm not sure too many people know what Memorex actually is anymore, Nico.
Yep, gotta be old for that one. All right. All right. Here we are on XRP. As you can see, we bounced, came all the way back up to a lower high, and came back down and bounced yesterday, bounced another lower high, and coming back down to this level. So this level right here is the $2.06 range. And as you can go to the left, you can see there was major support at this level going all the way back to a couple wicks down below, but pretty much going back to, you know, February of this year, probably even a little further, but we got a couple wicks down lower. So let's put those lines where these wicks could be as well. Actually, what I'm going to do is I would normally just put a range there, a price range from the actual support level to the bottom of all the wicks. So if I really went down to the bottom of that wick there, that would be $1.63. I'm not going to go that low. I think I'm going to go right up to these wicks here, right about there, because we had more touch points here. Boom, boom, boom. Retest as resistance, support, and support, bounce, and then another retest right there on that line before climbing out. So this little zone right here is, and we talked about this before, this is basically the $2 XRP up to the 206 range, 208 maybe. Let me just tighten this up a little bit. XRP USDT chart is slow. All right, now we got it. I am going to get rid of all these lines and start over. So I'm going to say about 206. It's kind of where we're at. This is the zone. This is the top zone. If you want to look at this as like a sideways channel, we're at the bottom of it. And as you can see, the last time we were at the bottom of it and wicking down this low, we did break out, retest, and climb to the top. Here we are again. We're down to the bottom of it. Something very similar. So what we're waiting for here is obviously a breakout, retest, and then climb back to the top of it. Is it possible to break below this and go lower? Yes, everything is possible, but there could be some calm, some storm before the calm here, as they say, in reverse, but there's a lot of crazy things going on. November 22nd is supposed to be a big day. Not really sure exactly what's going to happen, but we've also had XRP ETFs already go live. People are saying, well, why isn't the price shooting up? Same thing happened back here. Let me just show you when Bitcoin went live with its ETFs. And sometimes it takes a minute for that to happen. I'm gonna get rid of all this stuff here. I'm gonna remove these drawings. So right here at 73.8, Bitcoin ETFs went live right here. Right here at 68.9, right there. That's when we just reached previous all-time high back in 2021. This one right here. And this happened for 280 days after the ETFs went live. Why? Because they didn't need to buy any Bitcoin on the open market, on the retail market, because BlackRock, or Grayscale, actually, I should say, Grayscale had billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin already. And so when these 13 other ETFs went live, they all just started buying them from Grayscale and filling their coffers up. And then, obviously there was a time when they had to go retail, and that's when things shot out. That was about 6 months of this, but as a giant bull flag on the other side of a giant cup and handle. So I do believe that we are going to shoot up and have a new all-time high, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen tomorrow. Now there is there's some other stuff that's supposed to happen on the 22nd going into next week. Let's see, what day is the 22nd? 22nd is Saturday, this Saturday, 3 more days after today. And that would be a major financial shift if it's actually true that they're literally switching over from the original old school way of doing things to the digital technology and the blockchain and the Ripple settlement. If that actually does happen, then next week could be huge for XRP, and it would decouple probably against Bitcoin. I mean, it would probably be big for Bitcoin too. Bitcoin would probably go up as well, but not like XRP would. This is when we might see a decoupling. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I have no idea when that and if that's going to happen, but it definitely could happen by the end of the year. And then this is Bitcoin, but let's just take a gander here at where we're at. If we look at this overall upward trending support line going back to the 23,000 range, which is pretty much, this was the bear market bottom right here at 15.5. We have broken this line. Now we did it here temporarily, just to retest this previous resistance. This one right here did wick through it, but just slightly, just to retest this previous resistance. And this one has already filled the CME gap and hit the resistance. Now, if you remember back in the signal channel, I said that we were going to probably, here it is. BTC broke below the CME gap and is currently retesting that level as resistance, waiting to see if we can climb back up. But there is further support at the 88.89K. So as soon as it filled the CME gap, it did bounce, but now it's coming back down because the further support is at the 88.89K. Let's just see where that's at. It's basically right there. So we had resistance. And as soon as we got over this level, I mean, this is from the big pump from down here at 73.8, 74. When we broke out, we can't hit first resistance right there at 88.89, 88.5. We broke through it and held as support. That was the first support at that level. And as you can see here, boom, we hit it again. Boom, bounced up, double top, a little bit more there. And then we finally broke through it. Resistance, 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 resistance. So we have support and resistance right here, and we are right on it right now, guys. I mean, we are pretty much right there. We're at 89.4. This is 88.9. It almost looks like we're touching it. Okay, I guess we could be touching it. This line is a little fatter than it should be. And now, is it going to bounce there? That's a good question. I mean, I was expecting us to at least come back up and get some retest the upward trending line, and I think maybe it did. So let's just look at it on the lower time frame. This is the line, the upward trending line. We bounced, we went through it, and this might be the retest. I don't know. It doesn't really look like it. So let me just go out a little further and tighten it up and see. For a major support line like that, I would think the retest would be a little higher, but maybe it did. I mean, it did come all the way down to the CME gap, bounce right up, right about to that line. If I really put that, yeah, maybe it did. There's the support, resistance, and now drop for further. Now the question is if we go below this, where is the next support? What is going on and what is it for? What's all happening here? This could just be a shakeout, guys. I mean, it's done this a million times in the past where we'll have a 20-30% drop from the top before shooting back up. We do have some liquidity up here at the 92K zone, but we're slicing through this right now. So possible come down to 88.8. We're almost there. We're at 89. Yeah. If I were to guess, we're going to see a little bit of a trigger bounce here soon. And this is what I think Chad would call the boardroom. This zone right here. I do have a liquidation price, a liquidation zone in here on that one long position that I'm in. I am a little negative right now, guys, because I'm very much expecting the bounce here at these levels at 88, 89. But the thing that concerns me is that would have to get back above the upward trending channel line. And this is the first time since the bear market bottom in 3 years that we broke it. And it also just so happens to coincide with the end of a 3-year cycle and going into November, which has historically been, you know, the end of a bull market. Look at that right there, 11/15/2021. $12.14. 11/26. See what I'm saying? These peaks, these tops are usually around this time of the year going into December. So now, technically speaking, the 12-month candle that I always talk about, that doesn't finish until December 31st, but that doesn't mean the top isn't thin. Right? So I'm not so sure this is the top, but it's not the top of Bitcoin, the top that it'll ever be, but it could be for the cycle. Now, if I go there, I can do spider lines on this and make it so that we haven't hit that line yet. Like if I really go from here and I draw this out and I try to touch all of these, there's a good chance. Let me just change that to red so you can see it. And I bring that out, you know, we could just be now touching that and we still went through it. Either way, we went through it. But as you can see clearly, tops, consolidation, bottom, tops, consolidation, bottom, tops, consolidation, bottom. What comes after bottoms? I mean, it's almost childlike to not be able to see the trend that happens usually when we come down to these levels. The question is, and as you can see, we did go below this line a couple times and come down to further support before climbing back up above it. So it does happen. But let's just look and see how much further we got below it here, because I want to just make sure we're in the same range. 6%. Okay, that's bigger than I thought. And almost 5%. Let's just see. %, 4.8. So it has gotten below it that far before and bounced right back up. So we got to see if that's going to happen or not. Yeah, Solana ETFs, XRP ETFs, several of them already. But it's just one. So far, it's just one or two of the hedge funds that have done it. Canary and maybe another one. But once BlackRock's hedge fund goes live, that's a different story. They got a XRP ETF getting ready to go as well. And I think the 22nd has a lot to do with it, guys, from what I'm understanding. So we'll see what happens after this weekend. If there's any huge price movements to the upside, it seems to correlate perfectly. The timing seems to correlate perfectly with the dip in the market. It's kind of interesting how if the positive things do happen after the 22nd, that it just so happens to be right after a big dump. So I made an announcement also, guys. I want to let you know I made an announcement right here. Exciting announcement. Next Wednesday, November 26th, on our regularly scheduled 12 noon team Zoom call, which is this call next Wednesday. I know it's the day before Thanksgiving. Some of you may not be able to make it, but it'll still be recorded and you're not going to miss anything if you can't be on the live call. That's just the call that's just the day that I was able to schedule my friend to come on. This is the guy I've talked about several times over the past few months, who brought us Element. Now, I know some of you are in Element. If you go into our ICO section, Element token is the one that we have in there. And as of right now, Element's not doing anything crazy. The price is still kind of low, but they are working on getting it onto major exchanges. So this is the time to buy these types of things, is before they go public. Element's taking a little longer than we expected. Obviously, it's been around for a couple years already, but normally these things happen a little quicker. It just depends. But there's been a lot of good announcements, a lot of good news in the Element channel, a lot of things they're working on. But once it gets on a major exchange like a Coinbase or something like that, then they basically list it like at $1, $1.50, $2 right out of the gate. If this happens with with Element, rather, and you got millions of them because you bought it at 0.0003 cents, this is how you get rich quick, fast. I mean, 2 years, 3 years doesn't seem fast, but that can happen overnight for some people. Now, there is no guarantee that it's going to ever do that, but the next one that they're working on, the one that, and by the way, this parent company has brought the one that brought the one that brought Element to the table, also brought Stitch, Gala. Gala went from same thing, 0.003 cents up to 67 cents, I believe, at the peak. And yeah, so if I had the same amount of Gala, 3.5 million Element that I have times, let's say 0.67 cents, that'd be $2.3 million. And my investment was 5,000. So basically what these are nodes. So let me go back in there and explain them to you. So nodes are different. This is not like a, it's not like a ICO where we're waiting for it to go, launch privately, and then we have to get in on it before it pumps up, and then we got to get out before it dumps. These are multi-million dollar and billion-dollar companies that are behind these. They bring real cryptos to the marketplace. So the one that we're going to talk about next Wednesday is backed by Parler. How many of you are familiar with Parler, the social media app, the social media company app? Do you remember when Trump was being like taken off Facebook back during the, back in his last presidency when he was getting basically booted off of Facebook, and Dan Bongino and all these, Republicans were losing their platforms because they were saying stuff, and the Democrats were basically getting them taken off social media. The fact checkers were out there. You probably remember, some of you remember all that. Well, anyway, Parler became a thing, and Parler was like the equivalent of a TikTok, or not TikTok, but of a Twitter. But instead of being controlled, this is before Elon Musk took over, instead of being controlled where you can't say anything, Parler was where freedom of speech, you could say whatever you want. But I'm letting you know, he's going to come on and talk about it, but they have a token. It's in node mode. It's $1,000 per node. I'll just let you know right now, if you're interested in that, you can be on that call. I will eventually post it in the ICO channel. And I just want to give a disclaimer here, guys. I do not have anything to do with these companies. I will, in order for me to refer you to them, I do have to personally buy nodes. I do have to buy a node first in order for me to share a link with you guys. So I will buy my node, maybe more than one. They're $1,000 per node. I bought 2 nodes of Element, and Element nodes were $2,500 each. So I spent $5,000 on Element, and so far it hasn't done anything. I haven't made my money back on Element, so I'm being perfectly transparent with you guys. But if Element does eventually get listed, it could go to $2 or to $5, right? Or not. But if it does, I would make a lot of money. But the reason I'm telling you this is because the guy who referred me to Element, the guy who is working with the parent company that brought Gala and some of these Stitch and Element, the reason why he works for them now is because he bought 9 nodes of Gala before Gala launched from this company at $1,000 each. So he spent $9,000 on 9 nodes, basically just based on the president, who I'll introduce you to, the president of the company, the main company who brings these to the table. This is like $1 billion company, guys. They do big things out in Vegas, and they bring real cryptos to the marketplace and get them listed on major exchanges. His 9 nodes, when Gala went to 57 or 60 cents, made him almost $10 million. So on a $9,000 investment. So I'm not saying that's going to happen to anybody, but those are the kinds of things that get people excited and got me excited. And I ended up getting into Element because of it, and several other that he actually introduced me to that I passed on, that he did quite well on as well. I passed on because I didn't really understand it, but what a node is you're basically joining the company in the minting of the tokens. Okay. You're not buying them on the open market like you could right now go to, Dex Tools and buy Element or whatever. You're buying a node, and the node mints you about 3,000 tokens a day. So how it works, guys. So let me just do the math for you so you understand. Let me just go back over here. So the node Element token mints me about 3,000 tokens a day. Now, let's just say let's say I've been in it for 2 years. So let's just do the math. 3,000 tokens a day times 2 years, right? I want you to understand this. So 3,000 tokens a day times 12 months, 36,000. Whoops.
Let's go I'm sorry. 365 times 3,000.
Yeah, sorry. I knew I wasn't.
Times 2.
3,000 tokens a day times 365 days is 1 million tokens a year times, I think it's been like 2.5 years since I've been in Element. So I'm pushing about 3 million tokens. So right now, the current price of Element is 0.00036. So let's just go back. Just remember that. Let's just round it off to 3 million, but 2.7 times 0.00036. That's only $1,000 worth still. Now, the price did go up. Let me go back over there and show you. The price was up here at 0.002 cents at one point. I could have sold. Let me just show you how much that would have been worth. So let me just clear this and go back to about 3 million tokens times 0.002. It was $6,000. I could have got my money back plus 1,000. No big deal, right?
Hey, Nico, at what point does it stop minting?
That's the point I'm getting at. So watch this. So let's just say this thing eventually gets listed and goes up to, I don't know, a penny, just a penny, right? 3 million tokens that I have currently times 0.01. That would be $30,000. No big deal. 2 pennies, 3 pennies, 5 pennies, 5 cents. Let's say it goes to 50 cents like Gala did. 3 million tokens times 50 cents. That would be $1.5 million. But here's the thing. Here's the cool thing with the tokens. So let's say I sold all of them right then just to take my 1.5 million off the table because I was scared it was going to crash. So I took 1.5 million off the table. The very next day, I mint another 3,000 tokens at 50 cents. The very next day, another 3,000 tokens. So that's $1,500 a day times 365. Now I'm minting 500 grand a year. And I already pulled my 1.5 off the table. So they don't ever stop minting. That's the difference. Now, if you just went to if you just went to Dex Tools right now and bought 3 million tokens, you would have just as much as me. After waiting 2 years, you'd have just as much as me right out of the gate for less than $1,000. But if it pumps up to 50 cents and you sold all 1.5 million, you would do very well. You'd have $1.5 million, but you wouldn't be having any tokens being minted every day after that for the eternity of the token, right? So that's the point. When let's just say, unless it does a lot better and goes up to $2 or $3, $2.52, then you got 7 million. And not only that, but at that rate, you're minting 3 million a day. I mean, 3,000 a day still, at least I was at $2.57 a day. You know, that's 7 grand a day. Now I'm making 230 grand a month. So some people ask, well, what's the difference? Why not just buy it from the exchange? And you can. So you do not have to buy nodes, guys. The nodes is kind of you becoming a founding member, a founder. There's only so many nodes. Once they sell a certain amount, by the way, they only sell a certain amount at $1,000. Then they go up to 2,500. After that, they go up to 5,000 each. And so the nodes get more expensive over time. And you can even sell your node eventually if you want to, which for a lot more than it's worth. So a lot more than you paid, rather. So that's the point. And so I wanted to show you a quick video from the founder real quick, just to get you a little understanding of what they're about. If you guys
How do you know which ones to buy though?
That's right. How do you know which nodes to buy? Well, I'm only bringing you the ones that are being presented by the companies that actually bring them to the market, the ones that bring them to the major exchanges, the ones that I've already seen do quite well. I would never even introduce you to just go buy nodes. You can buy nodes, guys. There's a lot of companies out there that probably offer them if you can find them. So I'm only bringing the ones that I would buy into our group. So that doesn't mean they're going to make you millions, but I'm giving you the same opportunity that I am taking myself to try to, get in on them before they go public and before they get on major exchanges. So this one is called, let me just, see what I did with it. One moment, please. And it will be in the ICO channel next week after our call with, his name is Billy, and he's going to come on live with us next week and explain, you know, his whole story, how he got involved, and all the backdrop of these companies, so that you can decide if that's what you guys want to do. And it's totally up to you. There's no pressure at all. You can do it or not do it. It's $1,000 per node. You can buy as many as you want. But I would be mad at myself if I bought a node and made millions from it and I didn't share it with you guys, and you guys would probably be mad too. On the other hand, if you buy a node and it never makes you any money, just understand that that's part of the risk of this game that we're in right here, guys. Because there is no guarantee. But
So if that node never goes on the exchange, do you sell it for $1,000 then again, or is that $1,000 just gone?
there are always people trying to buy the node, so you could possibly find somebody who wants to buy it from you. You could do that, but it's not one of those, oh, buy it, and if it doesn't work in a couple days, get rid of it. This is something you got to sit on. You know, it's like an ICO. It's like an ICO in the stock market. Okay, let's just say you work for a company, they were getting ready to go public, but they weren't going public until next year, next February. Are you going to not take, you know, you're going to make a lot of money next February, but you got to wait. Got to wait for them to go public. Right? So let me open this video and I'm going to share it with you guys. This might sound a little salesy, this video, because it basically goes out to the members of their group. And just to kind of explain, but take it for what it's worth, but this kind of introduces you to the founder.
Nico, I came in a couple minutes late. This token that we are that the node is creating does this have any utilization value?
Yes, I'm going to explain it to you. I'm going to play a video for you right now so you can understand. It's pretty powerful, guys. Imagine, before I play it, I'll give you my viewpoint. You know how when you are on Facebook or Instagram or any of these popular channels, apps, you see ads, you think of something, you say something to your friend, all of a sudden you see an ad for it, right? They're tracking you. They're tracking your movement. If you search for tennis shoes, all of a sudden you're going to see a ton of ads for tennis shoes, right? And advertisers are paying Facebook millions of dollars to run those ads. And Facebook is making millions of dollars of you at tracking you and serving you up to those advertisers as potential customers. But you do not get one dime of that revenue. You don't get any of the ad revenue. You don't get any of the sales revenue. Facebook does, right? They're using your data and your search history and your, all the data that they've compiled on you, which you signed over to them when you agreed to use their platform, to sell you stuff and to make money from you, right? And we all kind of know this already. And some of us actually are happy about it because, hey, at least they're tracking. Yeah, at least they're showing me stuff I want or that I'm interested in. And that's their whole sales pitch to you. Is like, we're tracking you only to show you what you're interested in, not to show you stuff that you're not interested in. And you think, oh, okay, well, that's better than nothing. At least they'll show me stuff I'm interested in. But imagine if you got an actual piece of the pie. Imagine if you literally got paid when someone sold, advertised because your data was being used. Can you imagine that for a second on Instagram and Facebook? And you got it. And let's say they rewarded you in some kind of crypto. So this is what Parler is doing. You guys heard of Parler? Parler is a major app, kind of like Twitter, where people can go on and talk. And Trump was on Parler for a while. And, I think he still is. Trump and, a lot of other people, Dan Bongino, and all the people that were being. Anyway, Parler is a big app right now. And, it's a freedom of speech app kind of thing. But Parler wants to reward people on the app and a share in the ad revenue and share in all of the, ad revenue and, people's purchases and stuff like that. So let me just play this. This is a couple minutes long, guys. I don't want to bore you. If you're not interested, you can tune out for a minute, but this could be something big. I mean, really big. So they're planning on, hundreds of billions of dollars in revenue. And as a node owner, then you would get paid in this crypto. And if the value of the crypto continues to go up, you just get, you're getting paid in something that's going up in value over time.
Have you ever had that weird feeling talking to a friend about something random, and suddenly your Facebook feed is filled with ads for that thing. You didn't even search for it. You just said it out loud. And isn't it strange that Amazon knows everything you've ever bought? And somehow they always know exactly what you're gonna want next. Ever noticed how your social feed seems to know your mood and keeps you scrolling just a little too long? Have you ever felt like you're being watched? Not by a person, but by the machine. Does it bother you that big tech profits from your data and you don't get anything in return? You generate the content, you power the platform, but you own none of it. What if there was another way? What if you could be part of the solution by helping to create a new internet? No tech skills needed. And what if engagement, your presence, finally rewarded you? Hi, I'm Brian Ferry. I've been building tech companies for over 30 years. Apps, e-commerce, communities, educational platforms, you name it. And I'll be straight with you. For most of that time, I helped build the system that tracks you. We collected data in the name of customer experience, but let's just call it what it became, a surveillance model that turns people into products. Then, for me, something changed in 2019. Voices started getting silenced and people were being canceled. Platforms were censoring and shutting down entire conversations. It became crystal clear. Big tech is the new big brother. So along with a few others, I asked the question, what if we built something different? A platform where users own their data, where free speech isn't an option, it's a foundation, and where your participation is valued and rewarded. That's why we built Audio. So, how does it work? Most of the internet is powered by giant data centers. Facebook, Google, TikTok, they run the show from centralized warehouses where all of your data is collected, sliced up, and sold to the highest bidder. But a blockchain, it's different. It's powered by individuals just like you and me. Small, secure computers that run this new kind of internet. Imagine if Facebook gave you the opportunity to own one of their servers. You know, the ones they use to capture all your data. You buy one of these servers and they pay you every month to use it. That's how a blockchain works. You can own a small piece of a very large network. It's called a blockchain node. A blockchain node is a piece of software you install on a computer that powers this new kind of internet. It is not owned or controlled by a large corporation or any one billionaire. They're owned and operated by everyday people just like us. Each node collects, validates, and safely stores data. Today, you have a choice. Choose freedom or choose to continue to funnel cash to the corporation. In 2024, the Optio blockchain was launched by a few thousand people just like me and you. The social media app, Parler, yeah, the one canceled by big tech in 2020, was relaunched by a community of people who stand firm against big tech's control over speech and data. This was no small undertaking. And right now, Parler users are already earning daily rewards from making a positive impact just by using Parler. Every like, every share, every comment, and even a meme now and then earns you daily rewards. If you decide to allow ads on your feed, you get the rewards. Parler, with more than 15 million app downloads, is the first app to connect to the Optio blockchain. Play TV, a free video platform built for entertainment and creators, is adding thousands of users every day. A place where no one is shadow banned or canceled, and every video earns rewards. This is how Optio is already changing the game and rewriting rules. Right now, more than 9 applications applications are being integrated to the Optimal blockchain. And millions of users who are fed up with big tech's control are making the switch. All of this is powered by a network of computers owned by individuals just like you. These computers are linked together to form a fast, reliable, and secure platform that supports these applications and millions of users. An Authio node is easy to buy, easy to install, and easy to operate. You don't have to buy any hardware, just an app that you host in the cloud. Set it up, sit back, and let it do its thing. Imagine a future where the internet isn't controlled by a handful of tech giants, but powered by the very people who use it. A place where your voice is truly your own, where you can speak freely, create boldly, and connect authentically without fear of being silenced, tracked, or sold. In this new digital world, you don't just participate, you own a piece of it. And you're not just a user, you're a builder of the infrastructure that powers open expression, data sovereignty, and human connection. This isn't a dream. It's the promise of a decentralized internet. It starts with you. If you're ready to join this movement, click the link below. You'll be guided through a series of short videos that will walk you through the process step by step. Buy your nodes, set up your digital wallet, and choose your hosting option. It takes about 5 minutes from start to finish. Then you'll begin earning OPT tokens immediately. If you want to talk to someone first, fill out the form below, and I'll put you in touch with an Optio ambassador today. A real node owner, real people who are happy to help. Let's roll.
All right, so that Optio ambassador is coming on our call next Wednesday. And he's actually a good friend of mine, Billy. I've known him for a long time. He was getting in the node when he did, he told me about Gala a long time ago. I wasn't interested. Oh, it's not that I wasn't interested. I just didn't understand the node thing. And, you know, they wanted $1,000 a node. I didn't know what he was doing. But after I saw him buying a mansion and a Bentley in Las Vegas and made $10 million, and then he did that a couple more times, I'm like, okay, hey, maybe you want to tell me about this node thing again? Explain this to me again. But I'm not saying, God, listen, guys, I'm not making any promises. I'm a risk taker. I try, you know, especially when someone who's time tested and proven things. And not only that, but literally doesn't have to work at all, spends his time helping the founder. That guy that you just heard talking is like a billionaire. These guys are coming out with some amazing stuff. And he didn't even tell you in that video that you got Kevin Harrington. I don't know if you know him, one of the Shark Tank guys. He's bringing thousands of merchants to the platform. So when people buy and advertise on Parler or whatever, you know, and you allow the ads on your feed, you know, you're going to set up an account and all that stuff. You know, you're going to participate in the revenue that's generated from all this. And it might seem small, you know, few tokens here, a few tokens there, doesn't matter. But as the value goes up and the price goes up, that accumulates. So it's probably one of the better ideas I've seen because although I'm not active on Parler, I do have an account. I opened it up a long time ago when they had, and then I don't know if you guys remember, but Amazon, I think it was Jeff Bezos said that or Apple, I can't remember. One of these guys that was a liberal, you know, Democrat said that they weren't going to allow Parler on their app store. And so that kind of screwed Parler up because they had this great app and they had this great idea, but the left-leaning media giants, Facebook and Twitter guys and all these guys, Apple, they didn't want to promote it because it was more, you know, right-wing people. So anyway, long story short, they're back and they got a lot of support. And it's interesting. But see, for me, it's just another thing to have, another thing to invest in. I don't think you'll lose money. You may not get super rich from it, but my friend, he's under the impression that he'll probably make 100 million or more from it. But he probably bought a lot of nodes. But in Element, I think he bought 100 nodes from his revenue he made from a Stitch and from Gala. He bought like 100 nodes in Element. I only bought 2. So he goes big in these things. And so you don't have to go big, 1 node, 2 nodes, 5 nodes, up to you. Doesn't matter to me. So what's going to happen is I'll bring him in on Wednesday. By then I'll have my account set up and I will share not only this video, but also the link to where you can go and set up an account and buy one if you want to. Okay. I think that once you have a node and once you will also be able to refer people to it. And I think you might get like one-time referral bonus from somebody. So in total transparency, if I refer you guys, it doesn't take anything away from you, but I think I get some kind of referral bonus. Just one level. It's not multi-level marketing. It's just one level, just for referring somebody. So it's not a multi-level marketing thing or anything like that. It's just you do get a referral bonus if you send somebody there. So, but this guy's going to get a referral bonus from me, and he doesn't mind. He doesn't care that he doesn't get it from you. He's not in it for the referral bonus, and neither am I. If it gets listed on a major exchange like a Coinbase or something like that, and it goes up to $5, which is what he thinks it will go up to, then some of you will make millions, and that's our goal here. Is to help everybody become financially secure, financially independent, and make as much money as possible. All right, cool. Marlin Gala, $100 investment, 600 grand in value, profit 607, $1,000 investment. Yeah, he did really good with Gala. Set him up for life with Gala. Just one of these nodes. Well, he bought 9 of them. Don't get me wrong, but he made like $9 million on Gala from 9 nodes. So anyway, that's that. If you have any questions, just save it for Wednesday, guys. He's going to come on live and answer questions and explain how everything works and what you can expect. And he's not, no one makes any guarantees or promises, but at the same time, he's in with the big players, the ones that have the millions behind them. You don't have to worry about marketing and advertising. You don't have to go out there and promote it. It's not one of those things, and it's not one of these pump and dumps on Pink Sale where there's like $10 worth of liquidity. These guys have millions behind them, so. They already have an infrastructure, and it's pretty interesting how it works. All right, so that's that. Let's do a quick. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter call today. We're going to probably wrap it up at 1 o'clock, and I know that because today Bill has a basics call, and I have a podcast I got to get on. I did one already this morning. Got another one coming up at 1 o'clock. I think it's 1:15 to be exact, but let me share this real quick. Any questions you guys have about anything? If it's about the nodes, just save that for Wednesday, guys, because I'm going to bring an expert on to explain all that. You're not missing anything between now and then. It's better that you get all your questions answered and listen to him before you make any decisions anyway. I just wanted to put it out there so we got coming.
We just got to figure out how to buy it, but I guess we'll check some videos and other.
Say that again, Willem. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you clearly.
So we just got to figure out how to get notes or how to access notes and how to buy them and whatever. But you'll probably do a thing on that.
Yep, we'll give you all the links and how to do it and a breakdown of exactly the process, and we'll do all that on next Wednesday. And that call will be recorded and live streamed, put into the Facebook group as well. So if you can't be on it for whatever reason, you can always go watch the replay. You're not going to miss the opportunity. It's not a one-time thing. Now, the longer you take, the more the price could go up over time and the more nodes could cost, but they start out at $1,000 and then they do go up from there after time goes by. All right, so let's look at a couple quick things. Not much has changed since the last time we looked at the big model. We are in the Gaussian channel on the 5-day. We are in the thick of it, coming down to the bottom of it, which is, we broke below the middle line and the line is red right now. So we need to wick back above that in order to prevent that from turning into something more bearish. And so that's that. If I go to the 4-day, we're below it. If I go to the weekly, we're kind of right on the, we're bouncing. This is that red line I was showing you that we need to bounce on, guys, the 89K zone right there. And we are hitting it right now. Look at that. Just right on it. Just stopped right on it. So if we go down to a lower time frame, it does look like we not only had bounced on that line once, came up and then hit it again now. We don't really want to, Bitcoin's at 89K And it does look like it might be going through it. I may not have it exactly precise, but it could be here, and we could have already went through it. It could be here, and we're just touching it and bouncing. But 89, I'm going to put it right at 89. So we're bouncing on that right now. But the actual zone that I did post earlier is the it is the not sorry, I think I did that on my USDT margin chart. Come on, man, USDT. I don't know if anybody's having this problem. I already contacted them to see what they can do about it. But just USDT is very lagging, very slow for me.
I haven't noticed it. I was wondering if you deleted your cache and cookies recently.
I might have, or I might need to, right?
Yeah. Bad thing about that, all your lines go away. I think that's what it is, because when you draw a lot of lines on the charts, it saves them in your memory, and over time it slows things down. So deleting the cache and cookies will free that up, but you'll lose everything.
I'll lose all the drawings and just, yeah, that's no big deal. I erase them. I mean, I delete them sometimes just to clear things up, but
Then you got to log in again, but you know.
Yeah. I'll do that today. Hold on 1 second.
Laura says, get a computer with more memory. I think Nico's running something like an Amazon web server out of his house. It's a beast of a computer. I'm sure he has enough memory.
Yeah, I mean, it's just this chart on USDT, because if I go to anything else, guys, you see everything works. I have 100 tabs open on this, and then over on the other screen, I have a whole nother browser open with another 50 tabs open, and everything is lightning quick. Like no matter what I go to, it's lightning quick. It's just Phemex and USDT chart. Everything, like even when I switch from USDT to Coin M, watch this. So I just go back to Coin M. Then everything's back to quick again. So it's the strangest thing. See?
I'm sure that's what
Coin
it
M
is.
is very fast. I can move it around. No problem with Coin M.
Yeah. There's only 8 coins in Coin M, and you've been drawing charts on USD, on all kinds of coins on USDT for a long time. I'm sure that's what it is. I'm sure your cache and cookies will fix it.
Can I bring, this is Kimmel. Can
Hey,
I
Kimmel.
bring your attention, Nico, in the lower left corner, it says 125 milliseconds, the lower left of your screen, at least what I can see. It's 136 milliseconds. That's your latency. And I noticed it was over 1,000, which is more than a second when you were on the other coin.
Yeah.
It definitely is showing a very slow response only on your Tether coins.
Yeah. Isn't that weird? So I might have to clear caches and do what Bill says. I keep saying I'm gonna
That's
do
a
that.
good
I don't
way
know.
to identify whether it's the server or your connection.
Yeah.
It tells you right away
Right.
whether you're getting slow data.
Yeah. Hold on for me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back.
Kimmel, I love your comment. Oh,
Love
nothing.
Bill.
Eat the bugs and be happy. That's pretty funny.
That comment.
That was great. That's not what I mean either.
That's the default for the pardon the expression, non-woke.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's right. That's hilarious though. Oh,
Hey, Bill,
yes.
this is Jack, man. I've never get approved to join the Facebook group.
Hold on 1 second. I'll look right now. Talking about the mastermind, right? Because if it's the free group, you'll have to go to Chad for that.
No, the mastermind, yes.
Okay. I've got no new member requests. So
It-
what's your last name?
Bato, BA thumb, EAU.
Spell it again. You got broke up.
B-A,
Yep.
B as in boy, A as in apple, C as
Yep.
in thumb, E
Okay.
as in Edward, AU.
AU. Bateau. Okay. I don't see you in here, brother. Go back to the, I'm going to drop the link,
Okay.
and the link is in the Zoom chat. Go there, and then on the right-hand side, it'll say join or ask to join, right? And click that button, and then I should see you in here.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me and see me?
Yes, sir.
It says my Zoom is stuck. All right. So that's pretty much what's going on right now, guys. I want you to get excited about this, even though the market seems to be down right now. I think we're on the verge of something big happening, and it's either going to be. Let me just zoom out here a little bit on Bitcoin and show you. This is the downward trend from the top, right? And this is the bottom trending resistance, at least it was. Now there's a couple ways to look at this. Maybe it's here.
Hey, Nico,
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you for looking out for us with these nodes and stuff. That's an awesome opportunity.
You're welcome. I hope it works out for all of us. You know, nothing I'd like more
Yeah.
than for everyone to be richy rich.
Yeah, thank you, Nico.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, listen, a lot of this stuff is risky, you know, that's why we're in this
Yeah.
space. It's not, there's no guarantees. There's these things do take a little bit of going out on a limb sometimes, but that's how you get rich. You can't get rich any other way. You have to take the risk. You have to buy the thing that some people are scared to buy. You have to invest in the thing that sometimes takes time to get big. And that's just the way it rolls.
Yep. No risk, no reward.
Yep. So this is concerning right here, guys. You see my chart. We do have a downward trending channel, and we are below it and retested underneath it. So that's a little concerning. We broke to the downside of a falling wedge. And not only that, but this is the upward trending support going all the way back from 20K. This orange line right here. I'm going to change it to red just so you can see it better. But we broke below the we broke to the downside of a falling wedge. This is normally bullish. And not only that, but it was coming down to the upward trending support, and we broke below that too. So we broke below the downward trending wedge, retested, bouncing on the upward trending support.
Did we lose Nico? I think we lost Nico.
I think we did. We had lost the video. It showed
Yeah.
if you didn't change anything, it still showed. But then if I went to chat and then back, it went away.
Yep. He just disappeared.
Disappeared. He did. He fell off.
It
Well,
did
that's
something
not
about
helping.
Chad being the host.
Right. Made Chad the host and me the co-host. He should be able to jump back on. The greatest risk in life.
He said he was leaving early. Oh,
That's super early.
Chad is the captain now.
Right on.
He did the Irish goodbye.
He did the
Yeah,
Irish
right.
goodbye. That's what I like to do. I like to dip out. I hate goodbyes.
Nah,
You know what I
it was
mean?
that low latency or that high latency he had that kicked him off.
Yeah. Just the videos, right? So, Liga, I appreciate that sentiment, but it's, you know, anything new is a whole new process and then a lot of work. Right? So the system that we have now is pretty simple. If you guys need to see a video on Facebook and you're hoping to know if, you know, if it was Nico's most recent or Chad's most recent call, just drop under the featured posts and sort by new posts. Very simple, right? You're going to see the most recent videos. You can even search using the magnifying glass for any keyword, right? And I'm real good. I know I'm good about using keywords, what the call is about. I'm pretty sure Chad and Nico both are. So you should be able to search for the keyword if you want to know, you know, any videos we talk about TradingView or just the basic calls. Or if you just want to see Chad's calls, you can search for Chad Whitfeld and you can just see Chad's calls. So using Facebook is not difficult.
No. It's easy.
Right? Moving to a whole new system is difficult, right? Moving to a whole new system is difficult. They use Vimeo for the free. There must be some limitations. I don't know them. It's not up to me. But
Phemex is a lot easier than a lot of them. Just for, for trading.
Right.
I think.
Yeah.
When are you
Phemex is
doing
super
another
good.
conspiracy call, Bill?
First of the month, every month.
Oh, okay.
So we're looking at December, the first Saturday, scratch that, the first Saturday. So it'll be Saturday, December 6th.
All right.
And I've been working on this one more. I've put more effort into this one so far than I've done any of the others. More research, more slides. It's going to be a great call. So you definitely want to come to that call. We're going to be on the teachings of Christ from the esoteric, the exoteric, and the initiatory level. So there's 3 levels to everything. It's cool how your head distorts with your presidential back. I hadn't noticed that until just now that you mention it. That's funny.
But what's annoying, Bill, is we really want to watch those, but you do it at the same time every time, and I just cannot make a Saturday at 12 o'clock. I wish you'd run them again or put them out so we can see them.
You know what? We live in a world where there are things you're not allowed to say out loud.
Oh, I know, I understand that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have sons. That's it. When they're grown, when they're of age and they know how to trade and they know how to make money and live completely free of the system, right? When they're not attached to anything and I no longer have to worry about them, then I will say what I want to say to the world.
Wait, when you get off the grid, they'll notice it and they'll try to put you back on the grid.
Yeah, well, that's the pendulum. That's the pendulums we're on anyway. So we live in this.
Hey,
I love these.
I
love it
like
when we
you,
go to
Bill.
mindsets.
I like you,
I love
Bill.
it.
Hell yeah.
We got three. We got this spiritual. Then we got the soul, which is the subconscious. Then you got the action. It takes the 3.
Yeah.
And that's just life. It takes all 3 right there. The spiritual can't live without the subconscious, and the subconscious can't live without the spiritual. It's the duality, and then with those 2, it causes the spark, and the spark is the action.
Right. I love it. See, it's always 3. So we got questions. Let's see if we can answer them. Any idea if there's a way to change the text size on the position bar on the chart? I can only find a text size option on the price column on the chart in the settings. On the position bar, let me go to Phemex and look, because that's a good question. We haven't got Nico back. Hopefully he's okay. I'm gonna share my screen.
Enlarge your text size on your computer.
Right, that's one way to do it. Share sound. Share. Can you guys see my Phemex? Let's see. It's cool. To mock trading.
Yeah.
Right on. Mock trading. And let's see. So we'll just jump in a position just to be in something. Let's go market. And we'll just, not 300 Bitcoin. Not 300 Bitcoin. Let's just throw $100 on the board and get in a trade. Oh, we're already in a trade. Okay, so when you say your positions, I can't see the Zoom. Give me a second to show the meeting again. On the price column is over here, right? So right click on that.
Blurry.
Very blurry. It'll straighten out. Let me shut some stuff down. I was running a whole bunch of stuff. I didn't expect to take over the call. Hold on one second. Let's see what else is running. Let me turn off trading view. I have a nice computer, but it's not the super computer that Nico has. I was listening to Reality Transurfing. If you guys have never heard of that, it's a good book it's exactly what we're talking about. We live in a duality. Things swing back and forth. It's good to stay in the middle. Never to get too caught up on one side of something. So how did you turn it? How did you? I don't even see how to increase it here. Right clicking on the chart settings. Let's see what we got. I don't see top margins, not there. Scales, maybe. I don't see it here either. Status line. Symbol. No, I don't see how to change it. So the only way I know how to increase
canvas for the price column, but I can't find a way to change the bar that's sliding up and down with your trade, and everything else is easy to read except for the position size or the P&L.
this one right here.
Yeah, exactly.
So if I zoom in on my screen, I can see it better. So that was holding the control key and pushing forward on my mouse. Now the problem is I cut off half my stuff.
Right.
So I suppose if I was in a quick hurry, I could just do that, just see it and then back out. But I see what you mean. I don't see any other way to do it. What does this do?
I just mouse scroll on the right side to increase the size of the chart, which will increase the size of the numbers. I don't know if it'll do the actual bar though, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. I think I do. Let's see what happens here. That didn't work. That didn't make it any bigger. That didn't make it any bigger for me. What else did you do?
Let's say when you go over to the right side where you have your orange 92, 63.2 stuff like that, and you mouse scroll it up or down, and I think you might be able, you should be able to make it larger. I mean, it'll make the chart spread out. I don't know if it does anything for the other for the line. That's just a thought.
Yeah, let's see.
Hey, Bill, I don't know how long I was gone. I was just talking for the last 5 minutes, but I guess no one could hear.
Yeah, you were gone for a little while, boss.
Man,
we're trying to figure out how to make the P&L bigger so we can see it. What happened to you?
I guess my Zoom froze, but that's why I was asking if you guys could hear me, and you guys said yeah, so I just kept talking, and then I guess
Yeah, we heard you, but then you disappeared.
And
yeah, sorry about that. I
went out right after that.
I just gave you my last 2 cents before I had to get off to get on my my podcast coming up here at 1:15. So I figured I would end it, and then I said, "Okay, everybody, any other questions before I go?" And everything was frozen, so I was like, "Oh shit." So anyway, hopefully, Bill, you're welcome to continue on if you'd like.
Right on.
But you got a basics call coming up anyway at 2:00. So all I was going to say, guys, is I'm watching. I think we're right there on the bounce. This is the support right where we're at, 88, 89. And if we don't hold there, 74.5, 74 is really the next support level. But I don't see us dropping down that fast there. Any last questions before I run?
Hey Nico.
Yes.
I think I had a glitch with Phemex last night. I put in 2 positions, limit positions. They were actually from Chad. He texted me back, but I got to get back to him. They went through to take profit, and they went all the way through to stop loss, and the positions open and it's negative. Weird.
So it literally went into profit, hit your take profit target, but didn't trigger it.
Nope.
And then came all the way back down to your stop loss and didn't trigger that either.
Nope. And they're still open.
Okay, so you might have some limit conditional orders that the conditions have not been met. I don't know. Did you put a market order in or conditional?
I
mean, they're technically stop losses and take profit targets are technically conditional orders, but
right. It was a limit order, both of them.
So when you initially made the trade, you made a limit order or market?
Yep. Yes, I believe limit. Yeah, limit.
I mean, you could get on Bill's basic. I don't know if Bill wants to help with that right now, but
yeah, we can do it right now. That's fine. I can take over, no problem at all.
Yeah, unfortunately, I got to run, guys. But but that's fixable, John. That's usually something the way your settings are, and you know,
that's what I was thinking.
Me, I always do market orders personally.
Right.
I'll enter the position on a market order, and then I'll go and put my stop loss or take profit in secondary after the fact. But I'm sure Bill can help you figure that out.
Okay.
Yeah, we can try anyway.
Good, thank you.
So
all right, guys, I got to run. Have a great. Bill, you want me to just leave you on? I mean, I don't know if I need to.
I can. What happens with the recording? Will when
as soon as you end it, it'll just be on my YouTube.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Have a great day. We'll see you later.
All right, so I got to leave. You already took control, I guess, right?
I'm a co-host anyway, so you can just go and it will give me everything I need.
All right, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Tomorrow we do have a live webinar on Thursday night, guys. You're welcome to get on that. It might be beneficial too because we're right on that cusp of a bottom bounce here. So I'll be going over that on tomorrow night's call as well. And then you know, throughout the day today and tomorrow, I'll be I'll be talking about what I see happening in the charts. I'll do some live video updates, but we are probably at the bottom somewhere. And if we're not, then the next lower bottom is 74.5, but I just don't see us falling there that quickly.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Talk to you later. Have a great rest of your day. And make sure you tune in next Wednesday. It's going to be, I think, exciting. I think you guys will get excited about this because I am.
Yep. Sounds
All right, guys.
good.
Talk to you later.
Yep. Have a good one.
Right on, folks. Let me go back to sharing my screen. And we never figured out the P&L thing. What was your situation again, John?
So I opened up 2 limit orders last night with Chad signals.
Okay.
And they went through to my take profit and all the way down stop loss, and they're still open. They looked like great trades. I mean, but right now they're negative. So
You're saying they got picked up. So first things first is the limit order got picked up. So you were in an active trade.
yep,
And then it went all the way up to your take profit and didn't hit the take profit.
it did.
And
It
then
went through it, and when it
Through
went, instead of 400, it went to like 500, and then it dropped all the way down, went through the stop loss, and nothing happened. The order,
and it's
they're still open. Yeah, I could send you screenshots. I sent them to Chad already, and he
Okay.
did ask for more info, but I figured I'd just ask about it.
Sure. So double check if you're looking at my screen, you can see fills, right? And then order history. Make sure that you actually put in the take profit and the stop loss. Just double check yourself.
Okay.
And then I would go right to support because that sounds like a glitch.
Yeah.
If it went up to if it hit your limit, open the trade and went through your take profit, that's a problem.
Was it that Tao order?
Yeah, TAO and Adam, 2 of them.
Well, neither one of mine. Well, I didn't get in Tao, but I'm in Adam, and neither one of those have come close to getting to the take profit.
The take profit was what, 400, right?
Something like that. But the last time it was in that area was like maybe a couple days ago.
Yeah, I have my TAO on take profit 400, and it went right through it.
The last time I was at 400 was like November 10th or 11th.
That's weird.
So you have a glitchy chart.
Yeah, it's showing that it went up to like 540.
Me too. Take profit is 450. Jeff says me too. Take profit is 455. Let me look at Tao. Let me see what mine looks like.
Yeah, I was thinking that's got to be a glitch because that's like what?
I'm on the 15-minute chart, and it hasn't been anywhere near $400 for.
Wow, that's crazy.
I was looking at the 4-hour chart, and it's going way back.
I have I'm just using. I have a gamer laptop that I'm using.
Yeah.
It's really good, and I'm on a 2 gig plan, so it's really fast.
Right on.
And all the data's here. Let me see fills. They're both filled. Oh, one the Tau was a market.
Yeah, you have a glitchy chart, man. It hasn't been anywhere near $400 for a long time. So if your chart was saying that it pushed through 400, then you got a glitchy chart.
I'm going to disconnect. I think I have Nord running. I will close it.
Nord is a big problem when you're running the anti-malware. Okay, so if you run the anti-malware, it's going to mess with your system. But yeah, Tau hasn't been anywhere near 400 for a long time. So there's no way that what you're saying could have happened even.
Okay. So it went down and through my stop loss too, and it's still an open order.
That would be something you need to go to support for so they can close you out at the stop loss so you don't lose any more money because it should have closed at the stop loss.
Okay.
Is it still on your chart? Is it still line still on your chart?
Yes.
Sandor says all of Chad's signals have not hit stop loss or take profit levels yet. Let's go look at it.
Okay, so I got a big
yours is all glitchy, and I did not get into those trades, guys. Those came out. I was probably already done for the day by the time I got those.
I'm in those trades.
206.
Yeah, I'm in those trades, and we haven't stop lost on the Tau. So I don't. Yeah, we're good. I'm still in that trade. I'm in negative now, but it seems like
Yeah.
it's recovering. It's in the retracement now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still in, and it's
You know what, John?
Yeah.
Do you have it on your phone?
no, I'm using it on two laptops.
Do you
I
have
could.
do you have the app on your phone though? I mean,
Yes, I
what I
do.
would so
Yeah.
I would open your phone and check it there. Maybe that's
Good
because
idea.
if you're logged in there and you can cross-check it, maybe you're having some issues on your computer, but you should be able to see everything in your phone.
Mhm.
There you go.
Because I use both my phone and my laptop, and I've never had any discrepancies between the two, but maybe something's
That's a
wonky.
huge discrepancy.
Yeah, pretty large.
That is large.
Yeah.
When all else fails, just restart and start back up again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that. I
It
tried.
depends on how long your computer's been awake. They're not meant to stay running, 24/7,
Yeah, I
365.
always restart them, update it constantly.
It's
Why don't you share a
definitely an issue.
screenshot of your chart, John, so I can just see what your chart looks like? Can you
Yeah.
just take a
Okay.
snapshot, share it in the Zoom chat for us, just real quick? Jeff says XRP is at $2.06.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. How are things with XRP? I'm anxious on that
it's
one. I got some open orders.
I wouldn't be surprised if it went back down and filled in the entire John Wick. It wouldn't surprise me at the least. Like
down so
Bitcoin
low.
already did. Bitcoin did.
Mhm.
Right? What do we
Down to
have here?
180.
You're thinking 125 again?
That's what I mean. I have limits all the way down into the 80 cents.
Wow.
You know why? Because how many times have I been right? Come on already.
For sure.
I mean, we could, it's just crypto. It's crypto, man. It's what it's designed to do. And now that we have the Sell the News event, right? Everybody knows that. You guys belong to a mastermind. Buy the rumor. Sell the news. Right? Think about it. Now the ETFs are out. And what's happening? Prices are dropping. Makes sense to me because that's how they play things. Right? So, got to prepare. Right? Got to prepare. Let's see. Where are we at, though? Dropping off the 382, coming back down. Well, it already broke this. Broke that to the left. It's got nothing except this wick to fill in. Dun, dun, dun. So who knows? Right, let's look at the heat maps and see what kind of liquidity we got. Let's go to the help desk. Go to the pins. Hopefully my system can keep up. I was told that some of my videos, it glitches, and I looked and I saw that it glitches, so I need to do something. Chat gave me a bunch of stuff to do already, and I did it. So now it's just a matter of testing it. So the liquidation heat map we can look at. First, I want to look at the liquidity heat map. I want to see where the orders are on the books. I'm on Bitcoin, Binance, perpetual 24-hour chart. And I don't see very much liquidity yet. Let me drag down the bar and see if that helps.
I dropped that
Show us.
screenshot in the chat.
Right on. That's what's up. Down here. We're in it. We're in the heat of it right now. But there's a little bit more below us. So guys, this is a hack. This is a life hack, right? And it's not just the liquidations. Liquidations are a big deal for futures, but the ranges are created by spot and perpetual. So I'm looking right now at the perpetual, but we can go look at, there's lots of orders in here. There's lots of money in here, but we're in the heat of it. So that's good. Hopefully it doesn't keep dropping. This is Bitcoin. Let's go to the XRP. I'm sure I can find it. And XRP, let's look at spot. Same thing. I want to dial it in until it's real bright so I can see exactly where the money is. Just dialing it back a little bit and I can see it a little bit better. Let me zoom down, drag it over, zoom in. John, we'll look at that in just a second.
Sure, no problem.
So you guys can see where the money is right here. Hot, right? Down at $2, down at $1.90. You've got lots of money sitting at the what do you call it? The zeros, the even numbers. It's a psychological thing. There'll be more orders at even numbers. Okay, so there's a lot of money down here waiting, right? 1.17 million, 500 grand. How much is up here? Sell orders. Not very much. Not very much. So really, without any major pressure or good news, where will it go? Probably down. Let's look at the liquidations. Okay. So again, back to the Discord, back to the help desk, liquidation heat map. Now there are a number of tools out there that allow you to do this easier. Okay. But these are free, and CoinGlass is awesome. CoinGlass there's more things to do on CoinGlass's website. It's like, I went to the family fun. I took my girlfriend out. We went to, little golfing. What do you call that? Miniature golf. It was great. It was such a good time. But for me, this website is like going miniature golfing. There's so many things that I can get lost in and can maybe make me a better trader. So these websites are fantastically for a free resource, are fantastic. Okay. Liquidations, we got quite a bit down here at what, 88.5, and that's on Bitcoin. You got there's a lot of liquidity up here too, right? There's more up here really, but what do they usually do? They usually run it down before they run it up. Let's see. I haven't even looked at rise levels or anything like that yet. Binance XRP perpetual. Let's see where the liquidations are on the 24-hour chart for XRP. Well, there's not a lot down here. There's not a lot of liquidations down here. Okay, it's not super hot on the map. Let's go to the 12-hour and see if that makes a difference. All right, so it's chewed through most of it. It's chewed through most of it. And now there's a lot up here. A lot here. Okay. So what does that tell me? That they could definitely run the price back up to 217 to try and get this liquidity. Right? But you still have a lot of money and a lot of money and a lot of money and a lot of money waiting in the spot market. And spot tends to lead price, right? The market makers have to keep spot pretty level, right? They liquidate the leverage traders to keep spot in line, really. That's their goal, is to keep the spot prices level. I can't think of a better word, right? I hope that helps for XRP. John, let's look at John's chart here.
I don't know too much difference between spot and the rest yet.
So spot is where you can buy and hold the coin. The spot market is where you actually own your Bitcoin. It's yours. You can keep it forever. Futures trading, you're just trading contracts. So you're not actually
What's the
getting more
difference
Bitcoin.
between spot and margin then?
So margin is your down payment.
You also
in
buy the coin, right?
Well, coin margin, yeah. So if you're using the coin margin trading market, let's go to it. Let's look. Coin M perpetual. So this is where you own Bitcoin or XRP and Solana, and you use the Bitcoin to trade against itself for more of itself. Okay. So yes, that in this instance, your spot purchased Bitcoin is your margin. Okay. But to buy that original Bitcoin to trade on this market, you have to buy it in spot, which is just where you can buy and hold it. Make sense?
So that's why when I transfer my XRP from crypto to Phemex, they put it into my spot, and then I had to transfer from my spot to my margin.
Right. You transfer from spot to futures. Right. So
Yes.
if I'm in the wallet, and
Yes.
I still want to answer Jeff's question, or John's question here in a second.
Sorry about that, John.
No, you're good. So transfer, and then you move it from spot to futures. And
Yes.
Coin M and US dollar stable coins are both futures trading accounts.
Yes.
Futures markets. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. So John, Sandor answered your question. It looks like, let's look at the screenshot again. But Tau last hit $400 on November 7th. You're on the 30-minute chart. The date at the bottom of the chart is every 2 days. From what I see, every tick is 30 minutes. I think possible misunderstanding of reading the chart. I see the same on my, yeah. Grab your chart and drag it to the left to see where price is right now, as opposed to, right, you left click, hold on the chart, drag it to the left. and see where price action is right now, because this is in the past. This is not.
It all depends when he entered too, right?
It all depends on when he entered. If he entered yesterday, this is in the past, right? You're not going to get hit on your take profit or your stop loss if it hit yesterday and you entered today, right? So you have to
John,
left
you're
click
on
and
mute.
drag. Who's on mute?
John is on mute. He's trying to talk, but he's on
Always,
mute.
John, you're on mute. Talk. I see you're nodding, so.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're
Okay.
good, brother.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
good.
Yeah, you just see that it went up through the take
Well,
profit and the stop, and see how high it went up. It went up to like 500.
No, you're in the past. That's what I'm saying. You need to left click until it turns into a little fist.
Yeah,
drag the chart to the left.
Yep.
You're seeing from November 7th.
You're seeing.
Oh,
You're looking back in the past. It's not happening.
Look at the date. Look at the bottom
I see.
axis.
Yeah.
You'll see the date.
Down here's the date.
It's between like 6 and 8 or something like that. So it's the 7th.
So if you got in on this trade yesterday, you cannot, unless you have a DeLorean with
1.21 gigawatts.
Right, with the flux capacitor like the BBC had. Right, like the BBC had. I hope everybody gets that joke. Then yeah, brother. That's all it is. It's just a fundamental, it's just a basic thing. You're gonna get it.
Okay.
You'll get it. I love you, Kimmel. Of course you got it. Of course you did. You're my ninja. All right, guys, what do we want to talk about? You got me for another. I want to jump off a little early so I can grab something to eat before the basic call. But
go ahead.
I got a question for you,
for a little
Bill.
bit longer. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, last night on Chad's call, it was telling us that he uses vector candles.
Yes, sir.
But when I go to Phemex on the indicators, it doesn't actually show those. Is that only
That's
on
correct.
TradingView?
Yes, sir. That is only.
So you
on
can't get it on Phemex.
You cannot get it on Phemex. So the
All
hack,
right, that's answered the question.
The hack for that being on Phemex for the brand, like it's the same as I teach in the basic call for the brand new traders. The hack to know where the vector candles are, it's these candles. These candles are going to be your vector candles.
Yeah. No,
You know
I knew that one. Yeah, I just didn't. I wanted to try and get the colors like he did, but that's all right. I'll see it on TradingView. But thank you.
Yep, no worries at all. And then it's built into the Beat the Market Maker. It's the one I built because you guys know I love to brag about the toys I make. So let's go. If we're in useful tools and we're looking at the TradingView indicators, then it's this one at the top, Beat the Market Maker Smart Money Suite. Right? And then let me load that up on TradingView. I'm going to shut down Phemex. And you guys know I don't draw lines on Phemex anymore, except for on the basic calls, because of the exact problem that Nico experienced today. I don't have that issue with TradingView. TradingView doesn't lag on me. I have so many drawings and so many indicators turned on. And the thing of it is, I can turn them off at a glance, and I can turn on anything I want to at a glance to see what, I want to turn on the macro HUD and get an idea of what the whole market is doing. And this is another tool I built. So in about 30 seconds, I have a real good idea of what the whole market is doing today. And then I can turn it off for the rest of the day. How fancy is that, right? How helpful is that to have? I can turn an indicator on, see what it says, turn it back off. The Beat the Market Maker one was good on I was good on the 1 hour and the 15-minute. I was using the Fu Manchu to answer somebody's questions. And it shows all the major EMAs, the market sessions. It draws in the weekend trap, right? Labels everything cleanly. Previous week's high, previous week's low, which tend to be support and resistance. It even draws in supply and demand zones. I stole that straight out of the do-it-yourself custom strategy builder. So it's very helpful, very helpful. And you can turn off anything you don't want to see in a real quick instant. You just double click on it, bring it up, and you can turn. If you don't want the supply and demand zones, you just turn them off. If you don't want the EMAs, you just turn them off. If the only thing you want is the vector candles, there they are, the PVSRA candles, and it colors them for you. Everything's built in. I spent a lot of time on this one because I use it. I use it just like this. If I don't want to see all this stuff, so if I want to go to the 4-hour chart, a lot of times I'll turn off the weekend trap and the sessions, but I'll leave the EMAs on so I know what they are. I'll leave the vector candles on, so I know what they are. I'll leave the previous week's high and low, or I'll turn on something else I want. It's like, if you're a mechanic and you're working on a car, you've got different tools for different things, and you can't use the same tool, right? You can't use all the tools at once, I mean. So, Graham, if you were interested in the PVSRA candles, let's build into that one. If you only want vector candles and you don't want anything else, then that's an easy one. Just search for vector candles. But I also have some in Discord. I've got Trade Travel and Chills right here. That's her vector candles, the ones that she uses. So those, if you were to search for them, they look like this. PVSRA. Auto override, and it's really good. The only reason I don't use hers is because it gives me this volume toolbar on the bottom, which I don't really need. I don't really use volume like this anymore. If I ever look at volume, I'll look at either in the candles, or I'll look at, say, let me mute this out. It's going to be at the bottom. PVSRA auto override. I'll look at something like this that Matt Couch shared with us, to show, the fight inside the candle. And when I look at volume like this, what I'm looking for is I only look for a split second. If I look at volume, the only thing I'm looking for is for a great big candle with a tiny price candle. And that's the only thing I'm looking for. So it's like a mechanic working on a car, and he's got one nut that's one size that he's checking to make sure. You understand what I'm saying? It's, why are you using the tool? What's the purpose? What do you get out of it? If I see a great big volume candle and very little price movement, that's divergence. I know that the price is probably going to go the direction of the volume. So it's a tool. It takes me 2 seconds to use, and then I turn it back off. That is what TradingView is really good for, right? And if you wanted a different vector candle, there's all kinds of them, brother. There's all kinds of them that you can use. I just try to simplify the whole thing for everybody and put the best ones here in our group. The easiest to use, you know what I mean? That sort of thing.
So what does the vector candle do again?
Hold on. Let Graham finish, please.
Okay.
My second question, Bill, was the sale starts tomorrow, and I was thinking of getting premium because I want to get this stochastic RSI instead of the ordinary RSI. Is that worth doing?
You don't need premium to use the stochastic. You need premium for things like this. Let me show you. Premium comes, am I in the right one? Yeah, I'm in the market maker one. Premium comes with things like, where is it at? Where is it at, Bill? There it is right there. All chart patterns. That's awesome. So it'll show you the retail patterns, and it'll give you the targets based on what the price is doing. That's a premium only thing. Okay.
I love that.
Auto trend, right? It's great. Auto trend lines draws the trend lines for you. And there's a lot of auto trend line indicators. At the end of the day, after testing a bunch of them, the premium TradingView one's best. Okay. You can also see, I don't see it in here. You can get all candlestick patterns. I already have too many indicators on here, but you can get all candlestick patterns, and that'll break down for you. If you're a big fan of, Nico was talking about this. He was saying maybe it was Chad last night on Chad's call. He was saying that people tend to become really good with one pattern. So if you're good at Marabozu candles, okay, or cup and handles, or you're good at triple bottoms, you can put it in here. You can set the default settings to just look for the patterns that you're good with. And again, you're that mechanic who just needs to bust out that one wrench, that one time to check that one thing, and then you move on to the next. Super, super helpful. Super helpful. So you get those premium indicators, and then you also get the ability to set up alerts on 2 watch lists. Okay. So right now I'm testing the Fu Manchu strategy that there's another group. I'm not going to name the other group. There's another group out there. They charge $300 for an indicator that literally is Fu Manchu Cipher B, which is a free version of Market Cipher. So he literally took the free version of Market Cipher, changed some of the settings, and then he sells it back to you for $300 with another free indicator. I'm like, it just drives me crazy. Right? So I took that dude's whole strategy and the indicator, the whole thing. It's in, and I put it in the Discord under strategies. And it's at the very bottom here. It's a very basic, very simple strategy. I wanted to test it, so I'm testing it. So I've got 2 alerts set up on Fu Manchu Cipher B. So if there's a red circle wave overbought, sell signal, it'll send them to me against my entire watch list of 50 plus coins. 2 alerts. I can use 2 different indicators if I wanted to. Okay. But buys and sells is what I have right now. And every 4 hours, I get alerts. Or it's every day. This is a daily strategy. So every day I get alerts. So when you get an alert or a signal, it's just like any other signal. It's time to go look at the chart. It's time to go and look at the structure of the chart. So this is what I'm doing every day. It's fantastically useful. Only with premium. Okay, so that's another premium thing. You can get 25 indicators. So you can have enough tools in your toolbox to make an OCD, ADHD guy like me happy. Okay, that's useful. So those are all the benefits that you get with premium. So that was the best money I spent. It really was, because getting signals constantly on my watch list of coins, that's where the money is. It's not, listen, I tell you when you're brand new, to focus on Bitcoin, because depth beats breadth all day long, right? Bruce Lee and the 10,000 kick guy, right? He fears the man who practiced one thing over and over and over. But eventually, you still want to know the other 10,000 kicks, because eventually you're going to come across that guy who can block that one kick, right? You're going to need to know a little bit more. So it allows you to expand. Right? Having premium allows you to do more things and to have more good ideas to make money, right? The more ideas you have is where I was going with this. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Fantastic.
Hey, Bill. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That's good.
All right, Graham.
So, Bill, that's just through the trading view, right?
Yes, sir.
So can you integrate that into your Phemex, or no?
No, I'm afraid not.
Okay.
No, Phemex, you're limited. So if we go back to Phemex just for the moment, and it may be a little blurry for you guys, I'm not sure. Trying to keep everything running on my computer to a minimum. I just upgraded to the GPU. But if I go back to any of the charts, then I'll go to Mach, because it's easier. I can just break stuff in Mach. I don't have to worry about. Okay, so the indicators that we have if you want fancy indicators, the fanciest indicators that we have, right? And the goal is not indicators, but if you want the tools are here. Really, the EMA cross, right? That one's pretty common, and it lags. Okay, it lags. But you want to know, maybe if you want to know what retail's doing, then it's good to see, right? The MACD is very useful. I use the MACD on all time frames. I just like to see how the histogram is forming. It helps when you're scalping. It helps to time the cycle, because money moves in and out in waves, right? So the market is a heartbeat. The market is the ocean. It moves in and out in waves. And although it lags, yes, technically it can help you predict, because the way it draws the histogram in. Okay, so not too bad. I use it if I'm on. You can see the ones I use on Phemex because I have them favorited. I like the RSI. Okay, I think once you hit overbought or oversold 2, 3, 4 times in a row, or if you get a good divergence, right, that's something to look at, right? It's time to look at structure, because a signal, an indicator, right, should be a complement to what's most important, which is your structure, which is what we'll talk about on the basic call today, building your structure. And then I like the volume profile fixed range. It's called fixed range volume profile on TradingView. I like this one because it'll show you where the business has been done in a move. So it's kind of like using the Fibonacci for your retracements, except it gives you where the most money was handled in that auction, in that range in the auction. And it gives you an area to trade that is the high is called the value area high and the low is called the value area low. And where the most business is done is called the point of control. So it draws 3 points on your chart that are very helpful. The volume profile fixed range. Okay. I don't teach that in the basic call anymore. I just teach fair value gaps because honestly, that's all you need, right? Yeah. They pay so well. You don't need this tool, but it's helpful. It's helpful for creating those ranges. I like the VWAP because your institutional traders are looking at the VWAP. Reversion to the mean traders are looking for where price is pulled very far away from these lines, these moving trend lines, or from the VWAP, especially on intraday short time frames. They'll go long because they know that eventually price will come back. Eventually, price is going to come back. Reversion to the mean. It happens every time, okay? Because the market moves in waves. And let's go to, let me just delete everything off this chart. I had a whole lot on here. I'm going to close all these positions. I love those noises. It's like playing a video game, for real.
I hate hearing that when you walk away from the computer, though.
Right.
Oh, no, what happened?
No, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. So price tends to do something like this. So it tends to go, I'll use the path tool, like a heartbeat and a great big move, and then another beat, and then, you know what I mean? And then smaller moves over and over and over. That this chart's a terrible example because from what we're looking at. But if I go to a higher time frame, maybe it'll be a little easier to see. Right? Now it looks more like a heartbeat. Bum, 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 bum. So these cycles, MACD will help you catch them. It'll help you catch when the bottoms are. Let's put it on and look and see what it does. And again, it's just a tool, right? We're in the negative part of the histogram. We're coming down. So if I were thinking about going long, just based on price action, and I wanted one tool to help me, I could wait for the blue to go back over the orange and for the histogram to start to turn around. If I'm a scalper, that's what I'm looking for. It just helps. Confluence. It's not necessary, right? It's not necessary. So we don't have, the whole point of this conversation was we don't have the coolest tools like we do on TradingView, on Phemex, but there are tools that are useful, okay? So don't be afraid to try them, to check them out. John Larson has a lot of success with the Bollinger Bands. And I know Nomi has a lot of success with the Williams Alligator, right? Took me a second to remember Williams Alligator. So just don't make it the focus of your trading necessarily. If you're the mechanic, the focus of your being a mechanic is not the tools, it's the engine, right? So the market structure is the engine. Let's see, I got a lot of messages here. Let me see. Love to see the CME gap and beat the market maker. You know how hard that's been? Guys, I was able to build John Larson's strategy into an indicator in like 3 hours. I've been trying for days to get the CME gaps on any chart to work right. I don't know why it's difficult, but I really, for myself, I want to be able to click a button and see the CME gaps from the CME chart on my regular Bitcoin chart so that I don't have to do that extra step of going and drawing it up on a different chart. So when that's done, because I'm going to continue to work on that because I want it for myself, I'll release that in the Beat the Market Maker as an additional module. The TradingView sale starts tomorrow. What's the cost? And which one do we really need? I hope I answered that question. Premium, I think, was like $200 a year and was the best $200 I ever spent. I should have spent it. I mean, listen, I don't pull punches, guys. Been through my calls. I just tell you as it is. I should have spent them. If I'd taken this seriously, if I had taken it more seriously, it's money I should have spent right away. Period. It just is. Just for all chart patterns. Because that helped me so much to see what retail's looking at. Right? And then the idea of the watch list so that you get constant signals because it's about the number of good ideas after you've studied deep enough into the one thing. What level of trading would you recommend? So premium. Yeah, premium. The beauty of premium is your 10 millimeter socket doesn't magically disappear. I love William. You're funny. So I think I got the same question asked 3 or 4 times, and I've had a few people answer it. Thank you guys for taking care of me in the chat. Surf noise fun when it's hitting. Yeah, that is fun. Where can we find John's trading method? In the Discord, in the strategy section, under trader resources, where all the other strategies live. I talk about this on the onboarding, so make sure you come to the onboarding. John's strategy is under John Larson sniping strategy. There is an inordinate amount of material available. John is definitely trying to help you guys. Okay. We have spent hours on the phone together. I teach for the most part, his parallel channel strategy in the basic call because it's that useful.
Where do you find that again?
Right here, brother. Under trader resources and strategies, and then go to the pins and look for John Larson. There's more tools in this group, guys, than you'll ever need. More, I know it because I built it. I put them all here.
100%. Holy
It's
smokes.
more than I use.
I'm going through this stuff and I'm like, wow, I didn't know none of this.
Yeah, there's a lot in here. It's helped me a great deal. I take little things from everywhere. I mean, that's what a good martial artist does anyway. A martial, he's going to take a piece here. So there's, from Nico, I've taken some. From Chad, I've taken some. From John Larson, I've taken. From Jose, who was here before. From every one of these strategies, there's something that I took out of it, right? And that makes me a better trader all the way around. So that's the point of being here. But at the same time, when you're new, follow the roadmap. I built the roadmap for you for a reason. There's a reason, because it's the simplest path to success. Everything else will come after. You add to it. You learn the basics first, right? You start in a martial art. You have to learn how to stand, how to punch, how to kick, how to grapple, right? You have to learn the very basics first. And then you add to it. And then, so folks that get in a hurry, they want to do it all at once. And that doesn't work. It doesn't ever work. Okay, so there's John's strategy, and he's a genius, so it's worth your time. In TradingView,
technical question.
Go ahead, Emmanuel. Go ahead, and then I'll get back to Sandor.
On Phemex, I was looking at a video you did with somebody else, and they removed the order book and expand the chart over. I removed the order book, but I can't get the chart to go over.
Lower right-hand corner, left click and drag, brother. That little arrow, see it?
Yep, I just did it. Thank you.
Right on. Okay, Sandor, guys, and I got to wrap this up soon. So Sandor says, how do you recommend we find the best proper coins that reflect price action that is reflected closely and accurately with Phemex? Using TradingView, you can actually tie into Phemex. My watch list, for example, is built on the tokens from Phemex. Okay, so I'm only looking at Phemex on my watch list. Coins that I would look at anyway, and only how they're trading on Phemex is in my watch list. So that's the way you do that. And you add a new coin by clicking on here and just adding them to your watch list, which you can create here. And there are 2 or 3 or 4 videos on that in the after school video section. I don't quite get how TradingView work. Could you go over that a bit, please? I think we did. I think we went over quite a bit of that. And we can talk about it more in the basic call. Hey, Bill, when will you if John joins me today, I'm going to give him the last hour of the call. I'm going to cover market structure and ROI as quickly as I can for the basic section. And then we'll let John take it over for hedging.
I have a very quick question before you go.
Okay. Go ahead, brother.
TJ, we talked
Yes,
about
sir.
strategies. How is TJ doing? Because we don't see anything of him now. Is he okay?
I haven't heard from him in a while, to be honest. I believe he's okay. He sent me a message saying he was recovering. I haven't heard from him since, though. So if you're going to pray for divine right action.
Yeah, I
thing.
do. I pray for him often. I really liked him. He's a nice guy. Okay.
He's a great guy.
Thanks, Bill. Yeah.
Donnie, Bill, your personal low for Bitcoin prediction. You know what? To be honest, it's hard to say. I had put in orders down until about 85,000, and I'm prepared to do more. But I had orders down to 85, so I'm filled from 93 down. I'm upside down a little bit, but I don't really stress it. And because I don't have a liquidation, it's so low. I mean, literally, I can add so many more contracts, and that's critically important. I talk about this, and I do have to get off here, but guys, low bets. Stop trying to get rich quick. Stop. You don't need to hit it out of the park to win. And then trying to hit it out of the park on every one is a surefire way to lose. All right, we'll see you guys on the basic call. God love you. Premium's like $200 a year or something, worth every penny. If you're going to take this seriously, it's like I used to use the analogy, if you're an electrician, you want to buy Klein tools. You just want the best tools. You're not trying to get by with Harbor Freight tools. Are you serious about this? They call it a trade, day trading. This is not day hobbying. Do you understand the difference? Like, you mastered this. This is not like I'm starting a book club and trying to make money with it. This is not, maybe I'll mow some lawns and I'll make some money. This is not, maybe I'll be a home repairman and make some money with it. This is literally something that can replace any income stream, anything that you're doing. So it's worth the time. It's worth the effort. It's worth the low bets to make sure you can make lots of mistakes.